Good morning, guys. Welcome back.
Good morning, boss.
A little bit late today, but anyway, let's see. It looks like nothing much happened anyway, except this GJ did a nice break and retest here. Well, looks like we missed something. This break and retest here. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna start from Eurusd, like always, see if we have anything or not. Then, if we find a setup, we're gonna focus on that. First, I'm just gonna go through these pairs a little faster just to take a quick look, just in case we had a breakout and now it's happening. Okay, EA looks like it was a break and retest. But it looks like it already happened. First, on the first time, the first retest happened, then the second one now, which can be also the 4 hour. Let me take a look. Yeah, it looks like a 4 hour retest too, and looks like a very good chance for a swing trade too here. Why not? I mean, look at how strong the zone is. This looks like a key level for EA. And look how many pips it dropped every time came here, or when it did broke above. I think it looks pretty good. And this should continue down, but the thing is, we already got rejected 2 times. We already had the retest 2 times, so now it's too risky, I think. Let's see. Anything else? Usd Jpy. Okay, looks like we may have a breakout on the next hour. And now this looks very clean setup. Okay, let me delete everything. Okay, so this looks perfect. This looks perfect. Now, if you look left, you can see all the rejections. All these candles closing at the same level. The good thing about this is that we don't have any traffic on the left. Clean traffic. Once it closes above, a retest and continuation very easily to the upside. A lot of rejections on this level, so it looks like a decent resistance here. And all we're going to do is we're going to wait for a breakout here. I think it's going to be epic trade here. Looks perfect. USD Cad. Yesterday we didn't have a retest at all on USD Cad. It did broke below, but it went straight all the way down to the next support. Didn't give us a chance at all. Then later on came a little higher, but it was not enough. So what are the chances today on USD Cad? I think other than that zone, I don't really trust the other zones. Maybe we can say this one. Maybe we can say this one, but it's not as good as this was. This was like a perfect zone. We do have this support on USD Cad, but we'll see if we do break below. Maybe if we do have another rejection then break, would make us more comfortable taking this. But not bad. We had a few rejections. It's not that bad. Okay, Gbp Usd. Gbp Usd looks like we do have a break below. It does look like that. Huge drop, close below. This looks like the retest. Let me take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour came and went all the way below the 4 hour support here. 1 hour closed just below. It's not, the only problem is that the breakout is only 4 pips. That's the problem. The breakout is very weak breakout. Trump news about last night, is it serious? I don't know. I don't really know about that. Aussie Dollar. Aussie Dollar is pretty messy right now. I think the best would be to wait for this consolidation box to break. If we do break this, then we might have a chance, because anything we trade in between is gonna be risky, because we're trading consolidation, and better stay away. I think this maybe would be better, but looks like we already missed the retest. Eurusd and ZD didn't close above, so didn't manage to break. Okay, looks like we have a retest on GCAD, but looks like the move was already done. Is that true or not? Let me see. Yeah, the only thing about the GBP CAD is that we missed a good entry here. But I'm gonna try to take this. I just need this to come a little higher. Okay, it's coming. Are we rejecting any zones just in case? Looks like not. So we have some room to continue all the way down to this next support here on the 4 hour. 1 hour looks pretty good. Think I'm gonna take some sells here. And take some sells here. If it does come a little higher, I'm gonna take some more, because it's not at the best price to take the retest. So I took a sell here, and if it does come a little bit higher, I'm gonna take another one, because it would be a better retest, a deeper retest. So stop loss is gonna be, let me take a look here. Stop loss would be 15 pips. So just above the breakout candle. So unless we close above this breakout candle, then there's no reason for price to continue up. As long as it stays below, we are good to go. Yeah, I overslept today for a bit, but no worries. Still didn't miss too many things. I needed some more sleep. Let's see how this is gonna go. I think this meets all of our criteria, to take the trade. I don't think anything is against us here. It looks too good to be true, maybe, but we'll see. We had rejections before, rejections here, and a few candles before. Then we had this big bearish candle that closed below, and now we have this retest candle here that's making a retest. And we expect continuation. The only thing here is that it moved before making the retest. That's the only thing, and it might be a small problem, but I think it's not going to be that big of a problem. Let's see what's going to happen. We have a good range to fill to the downside. I think at least 15-20 pips needs to be easy to reach here, unless decides to go all the way up. For that, it's going to need to go past the previous candle, the previous breakout candle. Then after that, we'll see. GCAT rejected from support on the left. I think there's not too much support on the left. All the way down here. We'll see. The 4-hour support is also all the way down. There's no support on the left, and this looks like a pretty small support here. We had a few rejections, so this can be the next target for us. Yeah, the only thing is that we got rejected. We got price moved before making the retest. That's the only thing. Good morning, good morning. We'll see how it goes. If price goes against you, do you close some of your positions or leave it till your stop loss? I think there's no need to close unless there is a confirmation that price may continue to the upside. So yeah, until it reached my stop loss, then I wouldn't. Unless price, let's say, breaks above this, then comes at my entry, then I'll close. Why not? Why letting my positions go to touch my stop loss? When I see that price already broke above this resistance, let's say. But other than that, no, I wouldn't. Unless, let's say, it can also be a case when you have news and you still want to risk, then you close some, you reduce your risk, then you leave some run. Hello, Julia Ann. Welcome. If this is the first time, then you have plenty to see. Okay. We have a chart here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at your chart. Hope it's a good one. Okay, USD Jpy, sorry. Waiting for a breakout. Yes, true. We were waiting for USD Jpy too. Waiting for a break above here. Once it does, we're gonna have a very nice trade. Let's see first what GCAD's gonna do. I took another entry a little higher, so let me see my price. $308, yeah, it's good. Let's see. The only thing here, GCAD, is that it can come a little deeper, even though it came, but we missed to enter on the top. Now we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a very good setup. We'll wait and see. Is it too good to be true? Maybe, but I don't see anything wrong here. Have to wait and see. Patience. Big market was not that slow though. I saw some pretty big moves on other pairs like GU and GJ. we'll see. I mean, its GBP should have moved already until now. That's what GBP is supposed to do. Move very fast. Okay. Let's see. Anything else that we have right now? Doesn't seem that we have anything else. Unless Aussie Dollar comes and breaks this all the way up, or drops and breaks this support, then we don't have really much going on. Except GCAD, which we'll see if it's going to continue or not. Let's see if that was only a fake out before London Open. If that was a fake out, then we'll see. Matter of time right now. Looks like we had a big push. Let me check for news. Let me check some news here. Okay, so today we have nothing. Looks like we have nothing. No high impact news at all, but GCAD is pushing. Yeah, so GCAD, once it goes above the previous breakout candle, I think it's game over. It does look very nice, but sometimes it is too good to be true. Yeah, let's see. Whatever it does, we have what to do. We have the solution. If it does break above and turns out to be a fake out, then we'll know what to do. Gonna need a good close back in the range. If that happens, then a retest and should continue up. So we were able to turn the fake out into a win too. Well, let's wait and see. This was a deeper retest now. Can still continue down. Let's wait and see. It's gonna take some time maybe. Then another option is if let's say this candle closes just above but doesn't hit our stop loss before the candle closes, then comes down for a retest, it might give us a chance to exit our trade very small loss, or maybe exit at break even. How long do you have to wait to place your first trade at the opening of London session? I don't know. It comes at different times. Sometimes it comes before London Open, sometimes after it. So whenever I get the retest, I'm good to enter. Let's wait and see. Like I said, once it goes above this, then nothing much expected after that. Probably it's going to be a loss. What about USD Jpy? Let's take a look at this chart. Yes, we are waiting for this. Same thing we are waiting too. Once UJ breaks above, we have a good chance, we have a good setup. USD CAD looks like it's dropping. Unless, once it closes below, then it might give us a chance. Let's go GCAD, do something. GBPN, we're looking for a break. Okay. First of all, we don't trade 15 minute, and I think that wouldn't be very good for me. Only a rejection. But I wish you luck. We only trade from 1 hour and up, no lower than 1 hour. Let's see if it gets rejected. We still have another 30 minutes left, so there's plenty of time to go all the way down, but there's also plenty of time to go all the way up. So both ways, for both ways there's plenty of time. Whatever it does, we can have time to see what we can do next. Haven't traded GCAD for a while. I don't know, it can be months maybe. At least 3-4 weeks. I can be sure that I haven't traded GCAD. Hello everyone, I am a multi-million-dollar forex trader here to teach these young beginners some tricks and guides to lend you money falling right into your pockets. Okay, welcome multi-millionaire trader. Tell us what you can do. Yeah, same thing happened with Eurocad yesterday. The thing about Eurocad is that it happened right after London Open. Was it like that or not? I think yeah, because we took it right after the candle closed. So it was a little bit different. This one made a small continuation, then came for a retest. So let's wait and see. We have plenty of time. Let's see if anything interesting is happening. I saw some news that White House is in lockdown because there was some shots fired or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but seems like a movie. We have a lot of movies when someone attacks the White House. Can that be related? Okay, I have a call, just a minute. Okay, we're back. Hello, which pair do you trade? I trade these pairs that you see on the left. Most of them, not all of them all the time, but whenever I get a chance on one of these pairs, then I take them. These are the major pairs, and yeah, so you can ask maybe which pair is my favorite, which is GJ. GJ is my favorite pair, but GJ doesn't give me every time a setup, so I have to look around. Let's wait and see. Good thing that GCAD got rejected. That's one of the good signs. One of good signs that price is having problems to break the zone after it broke down, of course. But let's say as long as it stays below, we are good. But as soon as it closes above, then we will consider closing this trade. What about Eurusd? Eurusd going up. What's your confirmation? We need something as a confirmation. Why should this go? Oh, we have double bottom, but that wouldn't mean anything. A double bottom wouldn't mean anything. It would mean just that the price got rejected, but for me that would mean that price is not able to break this. So what would be the best or how to enter after rejecting from a zone? You look for resistance, and if there's resistance, then you look for a break of that resistance, then continuation. So based on this, we only have 1 or 2, 3 rejections, not a solid resistance. But based on my experience, after this big bearish candle, if price goes all the way up and closes above a break, a retest, and continuation to the next zone, I think would be pretty good, pretty realistic to say. So look for this. Maybe if it creates a new high above this last one, then a retest, continuation, you can have a chance to enter. But entering here or here or here wouldn't make sense for me, because there's nothing as a confirmation there. You don't know if it's gonna break the resistance or not. But when you wait for a breakout, you know that you broke resistance or support. You have a confirmation, you have a breakout. Price broke a zone. Now you enter on the retest. So what can you do? You can wait for another confirmation if you want. You can wait for rejection or a candle close. Once the candle closes, you can have another confirmation. But if you wait for candles to close while it's making the retest, you may miss the move, because what we do is we try to enter with momentum. We try to go with momentum. If price now breaks, makes a retest, then the current candle is going to drop all the way down. That's what most of the time it does, and you're going to miss the whole move. So yeah, if you're a swing trader, then it is very good to wait for rejections on the retest, because you know that you're going to have 100 pip take profit, and it's nothing to rush about. So you wait for candles to reject, you wait for candles to close, you get more confirmation, then you can enter. But on scalping, you don't have time for that, because price can continue all the way up or down, depends on the setup, and not wait for you. Okay, let's go GCAD. Got rejected now. We just have to turn bearish. Once we turn bearish, then it's game over. Okay. Yeah, usually it's almost perfect, but we don't know if it's gonna break or not. And we're gonna need a pretty good confirmation. We're gonna need a good break above, which should be, let me check, at least 5 pips. So would mean that price should close above here, then a retest to continue up, at least 5 pips. Unless it close at least 5 pips, I don't know if I'm gonna take this, because this is let me check, at a daily resistance, so it's pretty risky. So we need a good confirmation if we want to take this. If it does close like this, then it's not for us. We need a good close. USD Cad, still nothing. Needs to close all the way below this. If it does that, then we're good. GCAD is about to go in profit. Still waiting. Looks like GCAD has two options. This candle going all the way bearish, and then next one pushing lower than that, or this one closing like this, then the next candle continue, and based on from what I've seen, when this happens, we're gonna have next candle comes at least to fill this wick, which will be only 10 pips, but why not? We can secure some after it does that. That happens, of course. There's still room to draw for GCAD. You have to wait and see. Are you on GCAD yet? How big is stop loss? Phil, I didn't expect this question from you. I didn't. You really disappointed me. If you're not familiar with this, then it's a big problem. Because even though I said before, I'm using a 13 pip stop loss or a 15 pip stop loss. I said I'm entering sells. I said everything. And when you guys ask me, did you enter, then first I get a little bit disappointed because I already talked about that. So someone would say, the fans of trend lines would say, this is a flag pattern. We have a breakout of this flag pattern and a breakout of this trend line. So we should continue down. So here you are, your guys that are fans of trend lines. We have a good break below this trend line, and we have a good break of this flag pattern. Now I just need to continue down. Easy, simple. No, it's not 20 pips because there's no need. I just put my stop above the breakout candle, and I think it was enough. All we need is a close below. If price closes above, then I might consider cutting my losses short here, but we will see. How can we join mentorship group? Easy. You just pay some money and you can join. You can just text me, and anything you need to ask me, text me. I'll answer whenever I got some time. Usually most of the time we're not having any setups until London Open. So today we came after London Open and we got one. But it's good because we can prepare for anything that comes after. So let's see. Yes, this is the first trade. Magic Keys is a tool that helps you use good risk. It helps you manage your positions. And it's a very good one for those who like to open and close trades with one button. To have a tool, it's a very good one. It's perfect, almost perfect. Exactly for me, because I open a lot of positions and you can leave some, close some, or you can use it as a percentage. Everything, it has a lot of things. Morning. Do you also have a monthly subscription to your mentorship? No, I don't have a monthly subscription, but I may do something in the future. Who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. Okay, so we have 5-6 minutes left until the candle closes. And if we do close below, then we can still hold this. If we do close above, then I'm gonna close this before going to my stop loss, because that would be a break above, right? So why would I hold this? So if it does close like this, let's say, that would be a break above. It wouldn't be a good break to take a trade, but would be a good break enough to tell me that I have to close my trade. But also it could continue down after this, because this would be like an indecision candle. But let's see, it's pushing higher now. Maybe it's gonna hit our stop loss before the candle closes, who knows? Yeah, whatever takes more than 1 hour and stays at the same zone, then you don't expect too much from it. It didn't even continue down below our entry. So that's one of the things that tells you that this doesn't have really chances of continuation. And also it's pushing above the resistance, so probably this is going to close above and or even stop loss before the candle closes. Let's see. Looks like I'm going to take a loss here. On an average, what's your lot size? Lot size is whatever the risk is and whatever the balance of the account is. Depends, man, depends. What does the lot size matter here? I think it doesn't really matter. I use different lot size. Sometimes I use 20 lots, sometimes 10 lots. On average it's around 5-6 maybe, depends. Okay, getting ready to see what we can do here. The worst thing is price to come all the way close below, then would say okay, let's hold this, then the next candle would push all the way up and stop us again. Now let me check how many pips we have for current price from our entry. We have 8 pips. Let's see, maybe the next candle pushes a little bit lower and we can have a smaller loss here. Let's see. What did you do before trading? Did you have a normal job? No. Didn't have a normal job. Had a business and I still do have the business. It's a family business. But when I found trading, didn't have to go anymore because I found my thing. So I only do trading for now. Whenever they need my help, I'm there to help them, of course. Cad. It's gonna give a hard choice. It's gonna make us choose if we should hold this or not. It's gonna be hard to decide now. See, now it's rejecting and it's about to close just below. It's gonna make us very, yeah. So what should I do here? What should I do? I think I'm gonna close this 5 pips loss here. I think I'm gonna close this. Okay, let's see. Come a little lower. 4 pips. I'm closing this trade. I'm done with this trade. I'm closing. Can this still continue down? It can, but it also can push all the way up. Now the thing is, it's not clear anymore. It's not the break and retest we expect here. It almost closed above. It did close just for a little bit, but not the best break up above. The only thing is that we can't even consider this as a fake out. No. So I got out of this trade. Why? Because there is not a clear setup anymore. Price didn't close above, didn't close below. It's like an indecision candle that we call it. And price now can continue up. The thing is, it's not even fake out. That's why I just cut my losses short here. Didn't hit my stop loss in the first place. So this is an example how to not close before your stop loss hits, because there's always the chance of price coming to your entry before continuation most of the time. Now this candle doesn't make me comfortable. Why should I hold this? I know that price can come all the way down, but I would still not feel comfortable unless I get a good, let's say, confirmation. What would be a good confirmation here? If this candle comes and closes all the way below this again, then a small pullback and continuation, that's when I would feel more comfortable. But at this time I don't. I'm still gonna wait and see what happens. unless this candle comes closes all the way down, makes a small pullback, then continuation, not gonna look at it at all. So for now, there's no trade on GCAD for me. Just wait for another one. Let's see if we do have any other setup. EJ is pretty messy. Pretty messy. There are a lot of rejections in between, a lot of zones in between. Let me check the 4 hour. Maybe it's better. 4 hour is not that good also. UJ got rejected, no breakout. See, it didn't close above, just came below, and now next candle pushing all the way down. So why is this happening? Because it's a pretty strong daily resistance here. It's not gonna be easy to break this. And this was a huge consolidation box for UJ. This was huge. Now we finally broke below. Price came all the way to retest, and this probably is gonna continue down. Once it breaks this also, you can see a huge drop all the way down, filling this range, filling this daily wick here to the downside. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, entering buys on USD Jpy would be pretty risky, even though this was a perfect zone to wait for a breakout. But what can we say on USD Jpy? We can say that it's still on a bearish it's a bearish trend, yet still here. Why is it still bearish? Because this was a key level for UJ. This was a key level. This is where we had the most of the consolidation, and price then went all the way down after breaking it. And what happens after a breakout? You get a retest, and this should be the retest for UJ. And you can see that already got rejected, but it's coming again. We might see some consolidation, then another drop probably in the future, but this is daily, so we'll see. Whatever happens, gonna be here to take advantage. Can it break to the upside? It might break, but you never know. You have to wait for that. We had plenty of rejections. These are all daily candles, so you have 6 daily candles that can't break. So it's been trying for days here to break, and it couldn't. Now, can we have a break finally today? Maybe. We'll wait and see. Let's see. USD CAD closed pretty good. You know, even though we don't have a break right now, when I see a big bullish candle like this, then the next one coming all the way down and closing below that, that's a very good sign that price can continue easily to the downside. And on this case, I think USD CAD can easily drop to the downside and break this support here. But we can't take anything unless we see a breakout. Okay, GJ is still at this resistance here. First of all, there's nothing happening right now. GCAD, I'm not gonna look at GCAD for now until the next hour, because we're gonna need this candle to close again below, then we'll see what we can do. Your CAD, look at your CAD. What a move this was. Crazy trade. Aussie Dollar. Nothing much. GU, nothing much. So it looks like GU made a small fake out here. I think GU might give us something. See that we have this minor zone here, a few rejections on the same level. Then price dropped all the way down, closed below, but it was not a good close, which turned out to be a fake out. This now closed all the way bullish. We have small resistance here, and the thing is, now we have a good, there is some time when you can see that the probability of breaking a support or resistance is pretty high. So in this case on Gbp Usd, I think the probability of breaking this resistance is pretty high. Why? Just because of these reasons. Price came from support, made a small fake out here, closed all the way above this minor zone here, and now I think this can be a pullback for continuation, breaking this resistance to then a retest to continue all the way up. That's what this can be, I think. But I'm thinking if I should risk taking a trade here or not, because GPP is sometimes acts weird. So this 4 candle went all the way down support here, didn't close below, got rejected all the way up. If this would go bullish, then there's no stop for GU. But I don't know, taking it here is pretty risky. Let me see how many pips we have in between here. We have 10 pips. Now I'm gonna wait for a better breakout rather than taking it here. Just because we have this resistance here, that's the only reason why I'm not gonna take this. We have too many zones in between, so I better wait for a very good confirmation before taking any trade here. I want to be very sure when I take a trade. GCAD, I was very sure on GCAD, but by the time didn't give us enough reasons to hold. Okay. Yeah, during COVID-19, market changed a bit, but it wasn't that bad. It was bad for those who traded gold, mostly. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Okay, so this is Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, Cad CHF. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. A lot of rejections at this resistance. I think once it closes above, we're gonna have a very nice move to the upside. And you had this big consolidation box. After it breaks, expect a very big move to the upside if it does that. Wow, look at GU. Look at GU, how good did this go? What do you think about trading or investing? I think they're both good, you know, but what do you mean investing in what? Investing in what? Let's see, GU can break above maybe, but now we have some time to wait. Do you keep most of your money with your broker or only a small percentage? I think the whole point is when you make a deposit, you want to make money with that. So once you make back your deposit, what you do, you withdraw that, right? And you continue to make money with the money left. So now you are risk-free. Anything you win, anything you make, it's gonna be a win for you. And that's how you continue. But I think it's not a very good idea to leave a lot of money in a broker. I think whatever you make, withdraw them. only leave the deposit that you made first, and everything you make in the future, withdraw them. I know a lot of people get greedy. Let's say they grow an account from 1K to 10K, then they don't withdraw anything. They just wait, let's say, okay, I'm going to turn this down now to 100K, and they end up losing everything. I think it's not a good idea. For myself, anything I make more than my deposit, I withdraw. I think that's the best way, because when you lose everything, you're gonna say, oh man, what did I do? I wish I withdrew some. At least half of what you made. At least half. Never leave yourself without anything. How much percentage do you risk per trade? I risk 1 to 3%, sometimes 10%. It depends. But I would suggest everyone to use at least maximum 1%. It's just based on how much you know about the market, how good you are. Master this thing, then you can use whatever risk you want. When you know how good your way of trading is, what win rate do you have, can you make it back? If you lose, can you make it back? What you can afford to lose, what you cannot. A lot of things come after. Yeah, you can compound, but I think make back your deposit, then you can do whatever you want. You are risk free. I might consider, we'll see, maybe in a few weeks later, to open an account with a trade copier, and maybe you can follow my trades. Whenever I take a trade here on the live, it's going to be taken on the account too. So based on what we have done until today, can have a pretty good win rate. Let's see. We need to wait for a break on GU if it does break, and I don't see much else. Which platform would you think to open that account? We'll have to see. I think Pepperstone offers that, so if I do it, it may be on Pepperstone. If not, I'll try to use Trader's Domain, because Trader's Domain also has one. We'll see. Whatever gives me a good option, I will. But I probably will choose Pepperstone because it gives me a swap-free account, gives me the chance of that. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'll take a better look at this idea. I think would be a good idea because no, I wouldn't be taking anything else except the trade that we take here together. And why not? Yeah, there are a lot of good brokers right now. You know, in the beginning I had more difficulties to find a good broker, but now there's plenty of options. In the beginning there were a lot of scamming brokers. Now it's different. Now you have a lot of people to ask before you open an account before you go with a broker. And just like me, I have 4 years experience with my brokers, so never had a problem with them. So that's why I would recommend to everyone, because I never had anything bad happen to me during working with them. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Copy trade means that whatever trade I take, it's going to be on your account too. So we're going to take all the same trading. Okay, this looks like a good idea. GJ, if it does break above, we might have a very good chance here. But it's going to be pretty hard. GJ is at a key level on the daily, so we'll see if it does break or not. Look at GCAD, finally all the way down. Yeah. Thing is, even if we would hold GCAD, we would probably be stopped out because it pushed hard to the upside. But I'm never going to stay in a trade when I'm not comfortable, you know. So we'll see what happens. If this candle does close like this, then a pullback here would be good for us to enter. But before that, we'll see. Maybe this is going to continue all the way down and not wait for us at all. Have to wait and see. I don't know if any of you guys held this, but not me. Do you do boot camps or seminars? Any plans to come to London? I don't know. I don't know if people would be interested to do that. Maybe if there was some people interested, we could do something like that in the future. Okay, USD CAD also can give us a trade. See what I meant before, that there's high chance that price can continue break the zone. Take some notes from next time. But still, let's see if it does break like this, a retest and continuation to the downside would be perfect here. Let's see, just needs to stay here in the middle without pushing all the way to the next zone before making the retest. We have a 25 pip range to the downside. Once we break, a retest should come here and continuation. Pretty simple. Someone would say this is a head and shoulder pattern, and now it's breaking the neckline, or what does that mean? So any way you look at it, looks good. Maybe also it's breaking a Fibonacci level here, and the trend line also, plenty of confirmations. Is the standard account better than Razor account? I don't know. I don't use any of them. Ask someone who used both. Maybe they can tell you which one was better. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. No, I like questions a lot. If I don't have questions, I don't have motivation to do the webinar. That's for sure. Okay, USD Canadian Dollar. Yeah, we're waiting for the same thing. It looks good, but before the support, you have this one too. So first target, second target here. We'll see. I had plans to come to London, maybe to do a boot camp in the future. That would be great to meet a lot of people. I think I would have a great time. Gbp Usd UJ, nothing much right now happening. We'll see maybe if EJ closes above this resistance, I might consider taking some buys, but we need a good close, which would mean at least 10 pips. So close just above like that, then a retest to continue up would be perfect. So let's wait to see. This can be the first target. As you can see, lots of rejections at this zone. And not much traffic on the left actually. All this was consolidation. This was all consolidation. Couldn't break to the upside, couldn't break to the downside. Now if we do break this, it's a very nice setup to fill this range Maybe then also this one if we do break above this. But the thing is, we have another small zone here, and you can see that we have a few rejections, so that may cause us some problems. And from this and this one, I think I'll choose this level way better. Looks way better, but we need a good close, a strong confirmation. Looks like USD Cad made the retest already. I don't know which zone you're talking about. Maybe I think you're talking about this, right? If you're talking about this, then thing is there was not a very good setup. The thing about this zone is that you were coming from another support here. So when price comes from another support to make a retest, we know that chance of being a fake out are high. So I wouldn't take this even if I would see this setup. So I would rather wait for this breakout than a retest to continue down than this one, because it was coming from another zone. Just like this one here. The reason why I didn't even think to take it, because it was coming from support, and I wanted the break and retest to happen right here, then continuation to fill the range, not after it filled the range to the downside. So in this case, the best would be to wait for this to break, then we'll see what we can do. But we need a good breakout. GCAD is dropping too bad. GCAD came too deep. Should have just closed below this, then a small push, then a drop, but it didn't go as planned. GJ is still here. We need a breakout. GJ was looks pretty good to break the zone. The thing is, the pullback after this big drop was, as you can see, massive. You know, this is a 20 pip pullback, went all the way up. The only bad thing is that it didn't close above. If this would close just a little above this, a small pullback, and this would fly all the way up until now. But now it's taking some time because it's at this resistance. Once we get close above, we're going to see a nice move to the upside. Cad Jpy. Yeah, Cad Jpy looks like it. Looks like we might have a break and retest on Cad Jpy too. Let me check the 4-hour. Yeah, you are right. It looks pretty good. If it does close above, then we have a good setup. Let's wait and see. Well, now 20 minutes left for the candles to close. Gonna see which one gives us a better opportunity. Maybe UJ is gonna push and close above, who knows. EA, like always, big moves, big retracements, very unstable. EA is one of the, I don't know how to say, but one of the pairs that the most unstable out of all other pairs. it always makes weird moves. Now, see, price came all the way up now. Looks like it's gonna break above this, but you don't really expect this to come for a retest. No, this is a 30 pip range. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. The thing is, when we want a break and retest, we want price to close just as closer as it can, just around here. Then a retest to continue, not after it already moved 30 pips. We want to catch this move. We want to catch this momentum. You're not entering after the momentum is done and price starts to come down for that retest, and it might result in a fake out because the momentum is not there anymore. We have to be careful. We'll see, it might break another 2-3 zones in the way. Have to wait and see. GU got rejected again. Very slow. Very slow. Yeah, GCAD almost at the next zone. Probably not going to take GCAD. Wow. See, about USD CAD. Now we're going to have some problems because not sure I'm gonna take the retest of that zone. Why? Because we are at this very strong support on the daily. So if price comes for retest at that 1 hour zone, not gonna be comfortable at all because this can reject this daily zone here. So it would be very risky trade. Wait and see. We'll wait and see. We have to find the best possible setup. So maybe GJ is gonna break finally and give us a good one. Maybe just waiting for New York session. Very small movement right now. Do you look at the dollar index when you trade USD pairs? No, I don't. I don't trade based on correlation. I don't correlate pairs. Every pair moves their own way. See, GCAD is dropping, but GJ is not, or GU is not dropping. GA is pushing, so they all move different because they have different pairs with them. Doesn't mean that if GU is going to drop, GJ is going to drop. That doesn't mean like that. It's a wrong outlook of the market. I think you shouldn't look at the market like that because you can end up with a lot of dubs when taking a trade. If GJ gives you a good setup, but GU is telling a different thing, then focus what GJ is doing, because GJ is going to be affected by yen also. Gbp Usd is going to be affected by USD, but whenever the only time when you can correlate pairs is when news is going to come. Let's say it's going to be some high impact news on GBP. then you expect all GBP pairs to move the same way, because something about GBP is going to happen and all GBP pairs are going to follow that. But when there's no news, every pair is going to move their own way. You know, if there's something good happening on UK, then GBP is going to be it's going to be very strong, and maybe all the pairs are going to start to trend, or how to say. But when we are in a position like this, nothing's happening with UK, nothing's happening with the other pair, let's say yen or USD, then every pair is going to move based on their own things, you know. GJ is at resistance, maybe it's going to reject. GU is at support and resistance, maybe it's going to continue up, and GJ is going to drop because it can't break this. So it's all different pairs. I think you have to focus on and analyze each pair in their own, not try to correlate pairs, because it's going to give you a lot of doubts. I tried that. There are a lot of times when in years before, when I saw break and retest on a pair, then I looked to the other pair and I said, okay, let's say I saw that GJ made a breakout, but I saw that GU is pushing down, then I had doubts if I should take GJ. That's what it comes when you start to correlate pairs. But I realized that they move different. It's not necessarily to all GBP pairs to move the same way, unless, like I said, there is something that's happening with UK and it affects all GBP pairs. What time do we finish the stream? Usually I finish the stream at this time. You know, now it's 11 a.m. here, but I started 8 a.m. my time. Today I started an hour later, so it might go for a little longer. Usually I start at 8 a.m. UK is 7 a.m. Only today I started it later. Let's see, GJ is pushing, maybe we're gonna have a close above. If we do, it's gonna be good. We can use the stop loss just below this wick here. It's gonna be 10, 11 pips stop loss, but we're gonna need a good close. Price may consolidate until New York session, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see. If USD CAD is not valid because it retested support, is the EJ valid if it retests after a resistance? Okay, so USD CAD is not valid because it's at a huge support. So it is valid. It is valid. Can't say it's not valid because it is if it does break below. But the risk is much higher than usual because it's coming from a daily support. And we know the main reasons why fake outs happen. So this turning into fake out has pretty high chances. And what about EJ? I think EJ has more room to go. Doesn't have the same setup. I think nothing here. It's going to be a problem for EJ to continue up. The main levels is this and this one too. If we do close like this, it's going to be a perfect breakout. So I don't think there's a resistance here unless you see something else. Let's take a look at the daily. So the daily support is below this, right? And the 1 hour is closing above that. So when the lower time frames are closing above the daily zone, then it's all good. That's what I think. And you can see where all these daily wicks are. That's the 4 hour zone 2, or the next zone that we are aiming on EJ. And also it's going below the previous candle, which means it can't continue all the way up, just like it happened with USD CAD. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see, then we can make a decision on what we want to do here. Yeah, Gcad cheated on us. Didn't wait. At least if Gcad would stay around here, then make a small pullback to continue down. That's what I wanted, but it didn't do that. It went straight to the downside. Can we take this maybe? This zone? I think I wouldn't. Gcad is too volatile. I only want the best setups. This was the best setup that could happen, but it made some tricks before continuation. Yeah, let's see. Cad Jpy can give us a nice setup here too. We only need that retest because the breakout is there, almost there. Cad is pretty strong right now. Looks like it's gonna be good. GJ is not breaking yet, which means for another hour there's no trade here. EA probably is going to close like this. Maybe a retest here would be good, but I don't know if I'm going to trade the EA. It's too unstable. It's not stable at all. Okay, Cad Jpy is going to be good. Let's wait for this. And EJ too. If we get a retest right away without pushing up, then we have a very nice range to fill. over 400 watching was the record, while the record is too high. It was 700 people. Let's wait and see. EJ is going to be very good. We're going to have a 10 pips breakout. That's going to be a strong confirmation for us. And on the retest should be pretty good. If we enter, if price comes here where we want, can use a 15 pip stop loss just above the breakout candle here. And target is the next zone here, which has how many pips? 27, almost 30 pip range. Okay, very good close. Now we're just gonna need a retest. It's gonna need a retest. USD CAD closed very strong. Cad Jpy the same. The only thing is that we need a retest. Oh, look at GJ. It almost closed above, but it couldn't. Man, this is great. Now this candle can continue all the way up. This candle can continue all the way up, and it didn't give us a good break, so we can take it. Now it's a weak breakout. It's risky. Yeah, Cad Jpy is breaking a 4-hour too. Cad Jpy broke above. Also a breakout on the 4 hours. So this is very good chance for us. It's a 1 hour and a 4 hour breakout. It's gonna be very, very good. On the 4 hour we have even a bigger range to fill. So I'm gonna wait for this. Entry is going to be at 79.650. Stop loss just below this. 650, 550. Yeah, around 15 pips. 10, 15 pips. Yeah, I think it's going to be 15 pips. Once we get the retest, this is going to be very good, I think. And also this candle closed very strong. We just need a retest before pushing, because if it does push, we have another small resistance here, which then can cause us some problems. We need the retest right away. Okay, so a retest on Cad Jpy, and we will be in. Okay, look at GCAD all the way up, quick push. See, GCAD is very volatile, but see how GJ pushed. I was so sure that this is gonna happen, because this happens a lot of times. Looks like on GBP pairs, until the next hour nothing much gonna happen, and this is pushing now. GU Aussie Dollar, yeah, looks like we might have a break on Aussie Dollar too on the next hour. We'll have to wait and see. If it does break above, we have a good range to fill too. NZD USD, nothing. EJ is not doing a retest at all. Why is this happening? Yeah, GJ, if the only thing is that, yeah, we can have a breakout on GJ, but this can push all the way up now, because it has another 55 minutes left. So in 55 minutes, GJ can push 100 pips. That's the only bad thing here, because it's not gonna wait for a retest here. It's not gonna wait for it. It's just gonna push straight to the upside. So looks like the only option we have is Cad Jpy, but even with this, don't know if it's gonna come or not. Let's wait and see. Might give us a retest, who knows. Patience is tested today. There was positive GBP news. That's why GBP pairs shut up. Where are these GBP news? Because I didn't see them. Don't see GBP news anywhere. Okay, looks like you have some good things here on my FX book. Position size calculator, pip calculator, margin calculator, Fibonacci, but I don't think I do need these. Okay, what do we have here, Brandon? Yeah, looks like EU also broke above, but it's not making a retest. Let me check. Yeah, looks like this is the next target for EU. Check the 4 hour. a lot of zones on EU. We'll see if it does, but Vegas already made a move. Coming now, I don't know if it would be a good idea to take it. It already moved 12 pips. Coming 12 pips as a rejection, entering on the retest can be a little bit tricky. EA looks good on the 4 hour. Can't say it doesn't. The previous 4 hour candle closed very bullish, came all the way from this support, closed above, and there's a small chance that if it does come for retest, small chance not, but there's a good chance if it does come for retest here, can continue up. But the thing is, I don't know if it's gonna come all the way down here. It's a pretty big range. It has another 25 pips to come. And the thing is, it can also reject from this level. So it can reject from here, but it can also come a little lower to make that deeper retest. So unless it comes at this lower support here, I don't think I'm gonna take it. Thing is, I don't watch FOREX Factory anymore. Oh, this one. But this looks like it was a low impact move news. To be fair, it wasn't a big move anyway on GBP. I mean, it was the same place. Didn't really do anything at this candle. But the next one, yeah, because it's closed bullish, almost closed above, but didn't give us a chance here. We needed a close below this. Anyway, we have to wait and see what happens. We'll see what's gonna happen with EA. EA is too, I don't know, we'll wait and see. There's still time on EA because it has a big move to make in order to come for a retest. This is better. Yeah, Aussie Dollar needs to break this consolidation box. This was like a middle zone for Aussie Dollar, and this was the bottom. So if we do get a break above, the next target should be this, then after this, the next target is this. But so if this candle is going to close above, we need to close around here in the middle, not push straight to the next zone. If it does, then it comes for retest, it's way more risky. So after the breakout, we need to come around here, then a retest to continue to the next zone. That would be the best setup on Aussie Dollar. Gonna see if it does break or not. It's pretty good level. Every time you can see that price came here was a huge drop, and once we break, we can see a very nice push to the upside. It's not a very big range. The first target is around 15 pips. After that, maybe you can push for another 15 pips, 20 to the next zone. It's gonna be pretty hard to continue all the way up to fill this range, but anything can happen, so you can't say it can't. But just for the moment, it doesn't really seem like it can. It's moving very slow. not using Forex Factory anymore because there are a lot of times when it doesn't show the news on the right way. It says they're not high impact news, but on all other websites it says that are high impact. So that's bad because someone can be in a trade, has positions, and looks at the news and says, oh, there's not high impact, and they can hold the positions. Then the news come and they can go all the way to the opposite and cause you a lot of problems. So when you choose which website do you want to look at the news, I think my FX book and investing.com are one of the best. I stopped using Forex Factory. Okay, Cad Jpy, very slow movement right now. Very slow. We'll see. The only retest we can have is Cad Jpy. And let me take a look. Usd Usd. Usd. We have some good support here, or Usd, but the thing is we also have resistance here, so it's coming from a resistance, and now we're in between two zones. The best would be to wait for a break above this or below this to continue down, one of these, and I wouldn't feel comfortable taking buys here since we are bouncing from another zone here. So I think we should wait still. Euro Gbp. Okay, so you want a retest for continuation. It looks good. It does look good. Only problem is that I don't know if it's gonna come for that retest. If it does come, then perfect. It looks very nice. Looks like the same as EA. Looks like the same as EA, but on EA I'm gonna wait for this second support here, for this bottom support. If we do come here, we can take a trade using a stop just below the previous candle, which would be 10 pips, just below this, and continuation. This is also 1 hour and a 4 hour break and retest, so it might be good. But like I said, EA is very volatile, very unstable lately, so we have to be careful. GJ, unless it breaks above this, there's no trade here. Unless it breaks above, there's no trade. Once it does, then we might have a good setup. How many pairs do you trade? I trade these pairs on my right. Whenever I have a setup on one of these pairs, I take them. How many trades do you take per day? At least one, two, three. Depends on the day and what the market gives me. Why do you copy wicks don't lie? I don't understand this question. Why do you copy wicks don't lie? Yeah, let's hope Cad Jpy gives us a retest. It's coming now. We have another how many pips? 6 pips. Another 6 pips drop once we make a retest. Continuation to the upside. It's gonna be good. Yes, hopefully it's gonna come. Which site should I use for news? Like I said, my FX book is pretty good, and investing.com is pretty good too. Both of them. Today we don't have high impact news. No, I don't see any high impact news today. We have some USD news later on, but all of them are low impact, so we don't have anything from the news. We are clear today. Tomorrow we have some high impact news. Looks like we have on New Zealand some high impact news, but anyway, probably is going to be on the Asian session, so not going to be a problem because I don't trade Asian. Okay, let's see. Cad Jpy is coming closer. Andres, welcome. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. Okay, Eurocad, 4 hour waiting for retest to take a sell. Eurocad, I think it's not a very good setup, to be fair. It's not a very good setup. I mean, it's coming from support and it can be pretty risky. You see the support? It closed above, this one is pushing. I wouldn't say it's the best setup. Let me take a look at my chart here. Okay, so you are waiting for a retest at this point here, and the thing is you already had the retest. You can see this break and retest here that happened. Now this is going to be the second retest, and also it's coming from support, so it's too risky. I wouldn't suggest you to take that. I would stay away. Something's happening with NZD because it's going crazy. Look at Euro NZD and NZD USD. Well, this can be very good. If it does close below, a retest continuation would be perfect. Gold should break above a retest continuation. EA did the retest, no, still needs to come lower. Still needs to come lower. Hey Beytullah, welcome. Nasılsın, iyi misin? İyiyim. Do you consider 4 hour the time frame close and open to take a trade? Yes, of course I take. Just like this one here, let's say Cad Jpy is a 4 hour breakout and a 1 hour breakout. So we have a double confirmation on both time frames. We have a breakout. Now just waiting for a retest and continuation. Yeah, he is coming deeper. We'll see. Maybe you can put a buy limit here, because when EA comes, it's gonna be pretty fast. I think so. Let's wait and see. Needs to come another 10 pips. New COVID cases on New Zealand could be the push. Yeah, I don't know. Here the second wave has arrived weeks ago. We're having like 100, 200 cases per day. Yeah, looks like EA got rejected now. Like I said, there can be both zones. It can reject here and also come deeper. We wanted that deeper retest. Why? Because if we would enter here, there would be chances of price coming lower and would have to use double stop loss there, a bigger stop loss than we should have. Tyree, if price makes a breakout, that's your confirmation. You wait for a retest and continuation. If GJ breaks a zone and goes to the next zone, then comes for a retest, that's not going to be valid. It can be valid, but it's going to be very risky because it's coming from another zone. And one of the main things that leads to fake outs is when price makes a breakout, goes to the next zone, then comes for a retest. Yeah, we'll see. I know that I think you're saying about this minor zone here. Yeah, but on the 4 hour this doesn't exist at all. So on the 4 hour we need price to come all the way down here. I think it may take some time, but at the end it's gonna come. Let's see. There's plenty of time. The 4 hour just closed, so you have plenty of time for waiting for a retest there. Yeah, I think there's gonna have to go now, and there's not much going on right now. Gonna need to wait for another hour or so. I'm gonna have to go now. Okay guys, so you know what to wait now. EA, once it comes here, you can take some buys on the retest. Stop loss just below the breakout candle. Another one is EJ. EJ still didn't go to the next zone, so it might give us a retest, and you can take a look if you want to take it or not. Basically, EA is good, but I mean EJ is good. EA can be more promising maybe because it's better. It has way more room to go up, and it didn't continue before making the retest, so that's one of the things that has more advantage. On GU you can wait for a break of this resistance. Once it does, wait for a retest to enter. GJ the same, if it does close above we might have a chance to enter, but I'd rather take GU in this case. GU looks way better. I think it has a better chart. Yeah, so this is everything I'm waiting for. Also Cad Jpy, if it does come for retest, we'll take it. Thank you all. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow, same time. Thank you everyone. Take care. Use good risk management. Be responsible, and see you. See you later. See you later for some. See you later. See you tomorrow for some other people. Thank you, thank you, thank you.